The next step is detail work. The more detail in your barn, the better it's going to be. You don't want your barn to just be plain and have really nothing in it. Detail, I personally think, is a must. It's just what adds pizzazz to any barn. So let's start with tack. All horses need tack, but where to put it? Now on my side of the barn here, I have these tack holders. And tack boxes also come in very handy. Now since this is my eventing barn, I obviously have a dressage tack box and bridle. And over here is where I keep the saddles. Look around for saddle stands and things like this on the internet. You can find them, you just have to look. You can also find mounting stools and hitching rails, but this one keeps coming off, so I need to reglue it. But they're out there, so just search. eBay and Amazon are really good sites. I will try and find a lot of the sites that I use and put them in the description box. So try and look there. Another thing with tack is some horses, like the special horses, have their own special tack. Like Iticus has all his own jumping and eventing tack here. And there's the bug. Ew. Next lesson, keeping your barns pest free. Okay. So we have his saddle, his grooming box, his tack box, Stevie's helmet, and his bridle and martingale after I killed this ant. Die. There's always something funny in my videos, isn't there? Something completely random and out of place. Like that flower. Why is that there? I don't know. Anyway. Now, Red Rumstall, since he's a Western horse, he is Western tack. Now his box, as you see, different from Iticus's. Iticus is more white and classy, whereas his is more old-fashioned, just kind of brown and wood. We have his ribbon, his Bosal bridle, and everything else that he needs. Now on the other side, we have tack posts just like that, and they have all of our lesson saddles. They're the same thing as this saddle. We just have multiples and different color coordinated saddle pads and bridles. Now if you make your own tack, like I do with some of my bridles, that works. And if you want to buy stuff, I will put a link as to where you can buy them. Now, Breyer's tack can be expensive. A saddle alone like this can be $25, and a Western set can be up to $30. But if you want to invest, like I did, it's well worth it, because they are very realistic and they do last. Now, for more detailing, there's things such as cross ties. Every horse needs to be able to be tied up, to be tacked up. So, a lot of people say with these barns that you shouldn't nail things into them because it splits the wood. My luck? Well, this is usually bad, but it didn't happen to me. I took a nail, nailed a little hole, and there's another freaking ant. Oh, where are they coming from? Nailed the hole and screwed what's called an eye into the wall. Okay, come here, little bugger. Die. Die, 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 die. Remind me, people, to make a video of how to keep your barn pest free. Even I have not perfected that. Okay. After you get your eye into where you want your cross tie to be, I take jump rings, close them around the eye, and I make sure that I have some kind of string attached. This is just simple string. That's all it is. It's a ribbon. And I put another jump ring, and there's another ant! Another jump ring, and I don't like lobster clasps because it's just a pain to open and close them. These are easier, they just hook right on. Now, get out of here. Okay. You can put cross ties wherever you think they are necessary. A lot of barns have cross ties in walkways, like in this barn, or they just have them in between stalls. Again, get creative, and it's your barn, so you can do with it what you please. Now for storage. All horses in the winter need blankets, whether they're inside or out. And I have lots of them, and I make a lot of my own. So in this barn, it has a loft, and that's where I keep all my blankets. And a bunch of other extra tack stuff, along with trophies and my briars, which are just little mini winnies and such. And Ashley's just kind of chilling up there. Again, under construction, everything's kind of wherever. So if you just have random mixed match stuff, like I have little hummingbirds and trophies and lanterns and whips and whatnot, just put it where you think it needs to be. Again, it's your barn, get creative. Also, a lot of barns have animals. I have tons of little dogs and cats and foxes and puppies and such. So I just kind of put them in that corner. I'm working on making them their own little fence so that they're kept off from everything else. And they even have their own food and water. Again, try and be as realistic as possible. Speaking of food and water, our horses are going to get hungry and thirsty too, don't you think? So it's a good idea to give them food and water buckets. In my stables here, I found metal water buckets, and I use chain to attach them to the stalls. Each stall has one, and that's what I do with my inside stalls. Now, my outside pastures, I found these little tiny cardboardish gift containers at a craft store, and I just took the lids off and used the bottoms and the lids each as two different types of feed dishes for outside stalls and some inside. Again, personal preference. But there's many places you can find buckets and fake water troughs and everything. Also, random little things like this that you find for $1 at feed stores are perfectly good to hold hay. Or make your own, like I did here with popsicle sticks. And everybody seems to ask, where do you get your hay and your bedding? My hay is not hay, it's straw. Again, craft shops. Craft and hobby stores have everything miniature. So it's good to look there. Things like wheelbarrows and hay and pitchforks and such. Along with these tack boxes. They're all at craft stores. And you can paint them, design them, write on them, whatever you like. So, now, that's it for detailing. Let's move on.